can you hear me, Anna?
Yeah, yes, can I hear you?
Yes, nice to see you. How are you?
Good to see you. I'm fine. Thank
Mhm.
you. And how about you?
Really good, actually, really good. I used to be in a gym, train a
Mm,
little bit, training.
mm,
I had a training
mm,
and nothing special. Now I'm having classes and nothing
mm,
special. So
mm,
I I'm preparing for my day. I like to start the day with you because I have you on my first class. Okay, we can have a lesson, but I'm completely relaxed when I'm with you.
mm. So your first slot is at 10 a.m.
Yes, in my time, this is 10 a.m. I open some slots before that, but no one booked. Okay, because most of my students are from Vietnam and China, and this is too early for them because you need to older students need to come back from jobs, and younger students needs to come back from school. So this is pretty much early.
Mm,
I have classes with you, and after this, I have classes with some children, and in the end, I have with adults, and this is
mm,
practically my day.
mm.
And
Okay.
how was your day so far? What did you do today?
My day is so not special like you. Mm,
But my
mm,
day just started. Day just started because I went to the gym. Nothing special. I just woke up, drink coffee,
mm,
go to the gym, and that's it. Take a shower, of course,
mm, mm,
and ready to have classes with you. So
mm,
and after this, I have I I need to because usually I wrote my schedule, everything in my notebook, but now I have my schedule like this. So this is my schedule. In the morning,
mm,
nothing special, but in the my phone. Okay, and but in the afternoon I have a lot of classes, so
mm,
it's pretty much I'm pretty much busy. So
mm,
I will see. So today will be so day will be okay, nothing
mm,
special, but on the
mm,
weekend my schedule now is completed. Now
mm.
I am fully completed. I have only on Saturday 1 hour break, and Saturday and Sunday are my top days. Then I work. There I work. So it's going to be interesting. So no more
Mm,
hanging out with my friends. No more anything like this. Just
mm,
work.
okay. And I mean that you only play football with your friend some days, not too much.
On yes, but on Sunday I will play volleyball after classes that they have. I will play volleyball, but yes, but on because I hurt my knee and I cannot play football for I hurt my knee, but it's a different kind of sport. For example, when you play volleyball and when you play football, football is contact game, but volleyball it's not contact game. So no one can hurt you
Knee.
on football, but on volleyball people can hurt you. So I will take a little break from football and play football in the couple of weeks. No, not now. Not now. I cannot
Mm,
now because my knee. Oh, it's okay. My knee is now. It's okay, but I cannot play with this knee because it's still okay. But I need to take care of myself.
so you hurt your knees because you play volleyball
No, 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 no,
all
no.
of
I didn't know how I hurt my knee. I just one day I woke up and my knee hurt. My knee hurts me, and I couldn't even sleep
mm,
properly because it was painful. It was, and I need to take some medicine or something like this to because pain was so big, and I need to take some medicine. Now it's okay because I can go to the treadmill in gym. You have this machine treadmill that you can run on the gym. Now I can run, but now we will see what will happen. In a couple of weeks, because I want to take a break from football and to play some other to play volleyball, because I used to play volleyball on Sunday and everything was okay. So yes. So
but you say, but I want to ask you the reason why your knees were pain.
My knees, I don't know what is the reason. Probably I think that I run I do, for example, my training when I go to the gym, mostly it's running. And I was running for, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 kilometers per one training. And probably um, I do a lot of trainings, and that is the reason I didn't have any breaks, because you need to have a break, for example, and I didn't have any breaks. So, and probably my knee cannot it's the problem. Okay, so you need to take a break, and I didn't take any breaks, and this is the reason why I hurt my knee. Now I do different types of the training. For example, I go and run only 5 kilometers for half an hour in the morning, and in the afternoon I go to run for 20 minutes. And I need to run, my target is 8 kilometers to run combined together. When I combine together to run 8 kilometers, this is my target. And this morning I ran 5.1 kilometer for half an hour. This is okay. I know that I can do better, but in the evening I need to run 3 kilometers for 20 minutes, less than 3 kilometers in 20 minutes. And I think that it will not be a problem, because I used to train a lot in the past, and I know to train how to train. So this is the reason. Sorry, just one moment, please. And yes, and do you exercise? Do you exercise?
Before I exercise a lot, I go to the gym and I exercise with my target, the 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour. I run a lot, almost mostly it's running. Mostly, yeah.
Mostly
But now my knees have problem. My knee, because it's with my years old. I think that don't have problem with my knees, but that I have problem and I cannot run. The doctor say must keep to use.
Yes, I think that I understand, but I think that I will I will see, because for example 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago I couldn't even, after training, I couldn't even walk properly, because it was pain. I had some pain in my leg, but now it's a little bit different. Now I can run without any problems, and now it's much better for me. So I will see what will happen. But for me it's a little bit hard, because I train every day, and for me it's a little bit hard that for example I cannot run, or I cannot do this. Is like a breathing for me. So because I get used to it, so I will see. I have a little pain now, little pain, nothing special, but I need to be careful.
But yes, right. You need to be careful because last time, as I told you, I exercise. I run 1.5 hour, 1.5 hour. But now my knees cannot stand.
Mm-hmm.
I walk 30 minutes. Also very painful.
Mm-hmm. Very painful. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And okay, and what else can you do? For example, what else can you do? How you can exercise? Hmm?
I don't exercise anything.
Hmm.
From the doctor say that cannot run, cannot walk a lot. I must stop because also if the one day I go the 20 minutes also the very painful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so 20 minutes. Okay, and now that is uh, really nice. But when, for example, and what other exercise do you have? For example, do you go to the gym? Can you please tell me? Do you, for example, try to go to the gym?
No, I don't do anything. I don't exercise anything. Before I exercise a lot, as I told you, now I don't practice any exercise.
You're scared. You are scared that you will not hurt.
Yes, I'm scared
Mm-hmm.
because at home I only move. If the one day I move quite much, it
Mm-hmm.
will be painful. Mm.
Yes, yes. Oh, I think that I understand. This is sometimes this situation can be complicated, but now when I run, okay, I can when I run, for example, I think that I can, but on treadmill, I sometimes I'm holding because I don't want to hurt my leg, but I'm
Mm.
a little bit scared. But now every day it's better and better. How I train every day it's better and better, and
Mm.
I'm hoping that I will continue to
Mm.
train without any problems. So
Mm.
I will see. So
Mm.
for now it's okay. For now it's good, but we will see what will happen uh, later on. We will see.
Mm.
But for
Mm.
now it's okay. I think that I will be good in a couple of months. That I will be back on track to train
Mm.
like I used to train. But I will have this new system that I train 30 minutes in the
Mm.
morning and 20 minutes in the because if I run, for example, for 50 minutes, this is the problem. If I run
Mm.
every day, this is separate. Okay, so
Mm.
you run 30 minutes in the morning and 20
Mm.
minutes later on.
Mm.
So I think it's much better. It's much useful for me, and it's much useful for my body because if I don't listen to my body, it's the problem. Because I used to be a volleyball coach, and I know
Ah,
volleyball coach,
oh,
volleyball
you are volleyball coach.
coach, because I
Yes,
train.
yes.
I was a volleyball player uh,
Mm.
when I was young, and now I'm a volleyball coach. But I don't train because in my country we don't have any future with this sport because it's not paying okay. So, and when I used to train children, mostly girls, I always told them that listen to their body. If their body says stop, stop. So
Mm.
so I need, and I'm doing something like this right now. So
Mm.
we will see.
Mm. Mean that you before you are the volleyball coach, and after you move to the English teacher.
Yeah, yes. And after this,
Mm.
but I used to play volleyball for a long time, and now I used to train a lot, but now I just play for myself, nothing
Mm.
else. I'm just playing for myself, and I'm trying to train um I'm trying to do these trainings and everything else what I have to do for a quite long time. So I will see what will happen in the future. But right now I don't know what to expect, because this is for me it's a problem, but because I get used to it to do something, some things, for example, to train, to walk a lot, to hike, etc. So I get used to it on these treatments, and yes, this is something that I love to do. So
I mean, you had a passion with the volleyball. You
yes.
also want to train the volleyball player.
Yes, yes. I also want to do that, but it's a little bit hard because when we are doing this job, like I mentioned, okay, I will give my heart for this job, but it's a little complicated because we it's a little hard because they are not paying us as much as
Hey,
yes. I didn't receive any money, for example, for
uh,
yes, and that was the problem. I didn't receive any money, and that was the problem when I started to work this kind of
but
job.
I don't understand. You say in Serbia there are a lot of best players in the world, like
Yes.
Novo Djokovic. But you say why the government don't pay?
Yes, because they, for example, people want, for example, in previous club that where I used to train children. In previous club, I didn't. They, I want to work for the club, not to volunteer, and they treat me as a volunteer there.
Mm,
And yes, and I didn't receive any money, and they
mm,
promised, for example, uh, president of the club promised me a lot of things, but didn't. He did. He was lying. So
mm,
yes,
mm,
and it was for me. It was I was a little sad, but I don't know what to say. This is sensitive topic because I was I train a lot. For example, I
mm,
train a lot for quite some time. I train a lot, and yes, and it is a little bit hard when you
mm,
someone doesn't respect you. For example, here I am working for. Um, I'm working for VIP English, and they show a lot of respect to me. And yes, and but they're not for my country and everything else, and they show respect. And I have a really nice students, really nice everything. It's nice. So
mm.
that is the difference.
But the different, but in your heart,
Yes.
you like the teaching job or the volleyball coach?
It's similar thing. You're teaching someone something. It's similar. It's similar.
Uh,
Really
uh,
similar because here I'm learning. Here I am an English teacher, and for example, in a let's say in a yes, and in a let's say how should I say in here I'm an English teacher, and in I also teach something someone. So it's a quite similar.
mm,
Yes, and for me it's a quite mm, uh, quite similar, quite interesting. So yes. So for me it's interesting, let's say interesting, and I love to do my let's say my job and everything else. This is something that I like to do.
So for me, I also think the most important thing for us that we can do what we want.
Yes.
We like. If we
Yeah.
don't like our job, this is the horrible things.
Yes, it's horrible thing, but for me, it's let's say it's I get used to train a lot, to train a lot, but now it's a little bit different, and I don't know what to say. For me, I get used to love this, to love my job and everything else, but it's a quite how should I say? It's quite difficult. It's for me it's a little bit difficult because I'm emotionally how should I say? I love to play volleyball, and when I finish my career, for example, when I finish my career, when I play volleyball for I play volleyball, and when I need to finish my career, because I finished my career when I was 25, I finished completely my career, and for me it was really, I was crying, I was depressed and everything else, because this is something that this is something that I used to like. I played for so long, and when you are doing something for so long, for example, you are doing something for a long time, and when someone tell you that you need to stop, it's really frustrating. So it's really I don't know how to explain this. This is something that is
I
it's
understand, I understand. But how you don't open the class by yourself?
what I
You don't open class by yourself. Mean the like the VIP, they open class and recruit the student. Why you don't open class, volleyball class and
oh, no, it's for me it's really difficult, because you need a lot of money if you want to do that. uh, you need a lot of money. Okay, so for me, this is something that is it's how should I explain? It's really difficult because we need a lot of money. If you want to open something like this, it's really expensive to open. It's cost a lot of money. You need to have a lot of money if you want to do something like this. Okay, so it's quite difficult to do, because no one will support you to do this. So this is something for us. It's really hard to do. It's really hard to do, and the government will not help you to do something like this. So for me, yes, it's really hard, really hard to do something like this, and government doesn't want to help you. And if you want, for example, to open the club and everything else, you will need a lot of money, and bills are very expensive. So it's for me, it's really hard. I have an idea to do something like this, but it's really hard, really hard, because they expect that you'll pay a lot of things, that you, for example, give money and everything else, and for example, you children, are also clients, and everybody else will not, for example, will not give you uh, this certain amount of money that want, for example, you need to pay, for example, gym where you need to pay everything, and people don't want to do that. People, for example, they spend a lot of money on the, for example, they go to some places to enjoy and everything else, but when we come to this part, when we need, for example, when they need to pay something, to do something, they will not do. And this is sad. This is sad, but in the same time, it's what can I say? It's so this is something that is here in Serbia. We get used to it. So it's really hard for us to do something like this. We are trying our best to do something, but they they mm, they do not want to help us. It's so it's really hard. It's really hard.
But
I
yes.
Yes, continue, please.
Yeah. You
No, no,
continue.
no, no, no. I finished. Let's
Okay.
continue.
I mean the like the in our country, in the gym had a PT. PT, P and T,
Mm-hmm.
the personal PT. They
Yes.
only check the student freely, and
Mm-hmm.
for each student they have some money, and they don't need to open the big class, but they can have the money.
Yes. But here, what can I say? Here is the problem, because we people in Serbia are so specific. So people here is so specific. They do not want to pay. For example, I want to give you one example how this works, that you can understand. For example, they will pay. One of my friends used to tell me that he's a musician,
Mm,
and they are playing instruments and everything else on let's say on weddings or something like this, and people used to, for example, to mm, they want to hire them, and musicians have certain price here. For example, when they want to work, they have certain price, and people need to pay them, and people don't want to pay music too much, but they want to have, for example, they want to have that everything is fantastic on the wedding, and this is the problem. And yes, and it's people don't respect too much people who are doing these jobs. I mentioned to you, for example, I have a problem that when I was working in school, that some of the parents, okay, so some of the parents came to me and say some bad words to me, because I was saying that his child, for example, is not doesn't want to participate, doesn't want to be involved in the in some activities and etc. So this is something that, for example, something that I really respect about Vietnamese culture, because people respect older people, respect other people who are doing their jobs. So it's a little bit hard to understand this. It's for us it's a little bit hard, and we are trying to all the time, we are trying to achieve something, but it's really hard, and people doesn't show any respect, and this is something that is really sad in the one way, but in the other way, okay, what we can do, we can. So it's, for example, they don't want to show respect to teachers. And when I was, for example, young, when I was in school, first I need to do is to show to respect to my teachers. This is something that I need to do. If I don't respect teachers and everything else, and then and then this is the problem. So it's, do you understand?
Yes, I understand. So the mostly people in your country, what are they doing? Like me, our country, we had the seafood resources from
Mhm.
sea. We had carbon. We had wool. We had a factory. The Western country invest here. No,
Mhm.
we had a worker. What are you doing? What are people in your country doing?
In my country, um, mostly, mostly people here. Okay, so what do they do? They have private companies, mostly in my area where I live, because I live in the north. They, for example, agriculture. They have agriculture here. They produce, for example, wheat. They produce, for example, corn or something like this. Uh,
Mm,
yes, and for example, they have a lot of apples, etc. This is what is, for example, happening in my part of the country. In south part of the country, they have for example, they have a lot of farms and everything else. And but yes, but here is the problem, because how should I say, people avoid, they for example, you have hardworking people in my country, but in let's say in and they want to work. Most of the people want to work, but we have some people, like younger people, they are a little bit lazy. They are lazy. They don't want to work so much. For example, they expect to have high salaries, yes, but they do not want to work. And this is something that is, for example, really sad. Uh, and this they want everything right away, right now, but they don't want uh, to to try to hard harder and harder. They don't want to do that. They want to everything right now, and this is something that is sometimes can be really sad. And I think that, for example, people from Vietnam show more respect when, for example, we are doing our jobs and everything else. This is just my opinion, because I used to have younger students, and they show more respect. I didn't have any problems with younger students. Never. I never had any problems with younger students. So this is something that I for me it's really important, and I was really happy, because people from Vietnam are completely different in the one way, but in another way, it's really nice to me. It's really nice to me, and I can say only that just nice words from people for people from Vietnam. So this is just my opinion. What I think.
So I think if the student try to the English course to English center to learn more, I think that almost they work hard
Hmm. Yes,
and they
they
learn.
yes they
I
work
think
very
so.
hard. They work really hard. This is something that when I saw something like this, I was, for example, really happy to show appreciation and everything else. So it's really nice. So I think this is something that for me and myself and everything else, it's really nice, really nice.
So it like you mentioned, the mean your country is not rich country, maybe the same with us, similar with our country. Mean that you also produce the agricultural product, mostly do the agricultural products. So I think so. What do you think?
Agriculture products. Yes, here we have agriculture products, but yes, but we didn't have any products. Right now it's hard because of the war, what is happening in Ukraine. But here we have a lot of products that are. I don't know what are we going to do now, but I think that it will be hard. It will be hard for
Mm,
us, hard for us, and this is something that we will expect that it's going to be really hard for the people, because our president told us that we are not having that we will not have enough food, if enough supplies and everything else. So
mm.
we will see.
So because do you have a sea?
Hmm? Yes,
Do
please.
you have a sea? The sea.
See.
Sea I can spell SEA. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The sea. I mean the our country will have the seafood resources. Do you
Seafood.
have?
No, we our country, we don't have resources for the seafood, because our country, we are continental country, so we don't
Mm,
our country doesn't have for example, we
the sea.
cannot. Yes, we don't have a sea,
Mm,
and yes, and this is the problem for us. But as I mentioned to you, that we had 7 or 6 countries before.
mm, mm,
That was the problem. That was the problem.
mm. Because as you know that you read the news in via media, you see the Vietnam had a lot of seafood resources.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the China find a way to invite us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Yes, but this is one of the biggest problems that we are facing now here, because, like I mentioned to you, our president told us that we will have a big problems in the future. We will not have enough food and everything else, and
mm,
he was saying that we will not have enough food, and I don't know what to do. And for example, prices of the food are
mm,
so much expensive now.
mm,
So I don't know what to say. This is, for example, I hope that that is the one of the biggest problems that we used to have. Uh,
mm,
one of the biggest problems, and we used to have, for example, uh, when Corona was really active in our country. For example, we used to have. Um, he was saying on TV that that for example, he tried to scare the people. He was saying, for
mm,
example, something that a lot of people will die,
mm,
and we will not have enough uh, space to bury the people who died.
mm.
And this is
Oh,
yes, and
very strange.
this is really scary. When you hear something like this, this is really scary. Okay, and now he's saying that we will not have enough food.
Mm,
And for example, he was saying that we will not have a gas, we will not have electricity, we will not have, and that is really scary. but we get used to it because he constantly is lying, not telling the truth. Okay, so I expect that we will have everything, but the price of, for example, food, electricity, gas will be higher. So I expect that we will have a gas, we will have electricity, we will have food, but prices will be really high.
But like some recent day, do you read news from like Sri Lanka or Colombo? Because they had an economic crisis because they lack of the US dollar to buy food, to buy medicine outside.
Yes, but lack of food, lack of medicine, for example, also, for example, we get help from other countries when we had coronavirus. We got help from other countries, and he was saying to us that how should I say, we didn't have enough, for example, vaccines. We didn't have enough medical supplies and everything else what we need. So this is the problem. When he is saying constantly these things, this is the problem. This is the big problem, because that he's trying to scare people.
But your president is very strange, very different here. You know, when the Vietnam had the coronavirus,
Yes.
The government try to do calm down the people. Like in Ho Chi Minh City, the death show a lot, but they say very little on the media. But we know the truth. A lot of people die. Do you understand me? I mean, yes. The reality, the people die a lot, but in media, they say very little. They make calculation very little, like 10 times less than.
Okay, and yes, and for me, it's I don't know what to say, because when you constantly listen when someone is lying to you constantly, you don't believe it. For example, my friend used to say about our president, it's not nice to hear that, but he was saying if president says the weather outside is nice, okay, I need to check, is it nice, because I don't believe him, because this is really terrible. And for example, I have one student, he's from Vietnam, and we used to talk a lot about coronavirus and everything else, and I listened to news, what he is saying to me, and I believe more in this news that he was telling me than I believe in our news, because in our news, when we heard the news and everything else, it's really hard,
So I told you là your news very different here in Vietnam. They told the only good thing to the people. They try to calm down people.
And this is sometimes this is really hard. I don't know what to say. It's a really complicated situation. Yes, and for me, it's people here doesn't understand what he is doing, but it's really hard. For me, it's really hard to hear those news and everything else. Yes, and I don't know what to say about this. It's really complicated situation. It's really hard, and now and I think that this is something that for me it's how should I say, It's not easy. It's not easy when you're listening those things all the time. And now, okay, so a lot of people will die. We will not have a food. We need more cemeteries.
We need more. We need more
cemeteries. People, for example, those are places. For example,
can you write on the textbook?
Yes, of course. Okay. Yes, we need a lot of cemeteries. That is a place where you, for example, bury people who die. Yes, and this is what something that we are okay, like this, cemeteries.
Cemetery.
Yes.
We need cemetery.
Yes, we need cemetery. Imagine that people are. He's saying something like this, and it's really hard when you need to listen this kind of stories. It's really hard because imagine that your president is saying something like this. And in the beginning, for example, before the coronavirus started, just 2 or 3 weeks before coronavirus started, some of the doctors who are really close to the government, one of the doctors says that this virus is ridiculous. And it's only on Facebook, this virus. And 2 or 3 weeks later, he was saying that this virus is really dangerous. And you have, for example, you have a video when one of the doctors saying that this virus is ridiculous. It's funny. It's nothing special. And from other side, just 2 or 3 weeks later, the same people are saying that no one says that this virus is ridiculous. So, but you have an evidence. So you have an evidence. They are saying one thing, they are saying another thing. So, for example, someone mentioned you. I think that you mentioned to me that you were in a lockdown for a couple of months or couple of weeks. Yes.
No, I don't tell you, but really we have the lockdown roughly for 4 months.
4 months, okay, but okay, 4 months. Okay, if we need to have a lockdown for 4 months, it's not a problem. We will have a lockdown for 4 months. But for example, we used to have a lockdown on the weekend. But this is ridiculous. Okay, so you have a lockdown on the weekend, but the rest of the days you can go anywhere. Okay, have a lockdown or don't have a lockdown. Okay, so it's easy. Yes.
I mean, they put the lockdown on only
weekend. On the weekend.
Yeah.
And yes, and for example, they close all the shops and everything else, and they didn't tell me tell people anything about this. And it's quite it's not nice, it's not so good. It's when you're listen all the time, you're listening these things. And now you understand what I'm saying, what is happening here, and why people are frustrated, angry, and then okay, so tell the truth. What is happening right now? Because we don't believe him, because he's telling different things in different times.
Understand.
And we are trying for example, to be positive, and it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard, and we don't know what to do. To be honest, we don't know what to do when someone who is leading your country and everything else, when he was saying some things like this, it's really hard to for example, to understand those kind of people, to understand them. Why are they saying something like that? Why, for example, they are why they don't want to tell us the truth? Okay, so tell us the truth. What is happening? Just tell us. Okay, it's not a problem. If we are going to stay in lockdown, we will stay in lockdown. If we need to move to another place, we need to move another place. If we need, okay, but just tell us what is happening. The truth. We want to hear the truth, but not lies. And this is the problem. Yes, and I don't know. It's we will see what will happen. I really don't know what to expect, what to say. So we are a little bit confused. People from Europe call us, for example, call us from Serbia, call us like we are like North Korea in Europe. Because we have someone who is saying those things on public. He was saying those things, and most of the people are okay. So they are listening to him, and for us, it's really hard to understand this. It's really hard. When they are, for example, when we need to, you don't know what is the truth, basically. And this is, for example, I spent a lot of time speaking, for example, with students from Vietnam, from China, and somehow I found some information that they are more, let's say, more they have more sense. For example, it's more truth than everything else. But it's really hard for us to understand people, to understand him, because people obviously don't trust him.
Understand, because here we almost also the media lead people to what they want.
Yes, just let people live. He needs to. He doesn't want every time. I don't know how about your country, for example. But in our country, in every 2 or 3 days, he has public speech. He's telling some public things, and he was saying a lot of things, and sometimes those things are so ridiculous, because we don't know how we are going to trust him. And that is one of the biggest problems. How to trust someone who constantly is lying, not telling the truth. And we don't know what to do, because most of the people don't want to listen to him. Don't want to listen. Someone who is telling all the time, telling lies, how you can trust him?
Yes, I understand.
But we yes, but we are we are but we are positive, because we want to be positive, more, I don't know, we want to be, let's say, how should I say, we want to be more flexible, we want to be more positive in these situations. And for us it's okay, but okay, I complain a little bit, but here yes,
but I can understand your situation.
Yes, and if I understand correctly, in your country is completely different.
Yeah, different. I told you the when a lot of people die, but we do different with your president. Here they try to calm down the people. If the
Yes.
gas too high, they say the government will we make the fun, we take the fun to reduce price. The a lot of people die. They say the little, not a lot of people die like this. They try to come down people. They scare riot happen.
Yes, and yes, and this is something that that is scary. Okay, sometimes that is yes, it's really hard to understand this kind of situation. Yes, but we will see what will happen. We will see what will happen, but for us it's important to for example to be more positive, to be more positive on our situations and everything else.
But like you mentioned, I think in my country maybe it better a little than your country.
Yeah,
I mean about the income, about the government or like this.
Yes, in your country is better because I used to have I am having one friend from Vietnam, and I was asking him about this, and he was saying to me that he doesn't want to come to Serbia. He wants to stay in Vietnam, to live in Vietnam. For him it's much convenient to live in Vietnam.
Là he the Serbia people or the Vietnamese man?
Pardon, can you say one more time?
He the Vietnamese?
No. He's from Serbia. He's Serbian. He's Serbian.
He's Serbian, but he want to live in Vietnam. Much more convenient.
He wants to. Yes, he wants to live in Vietnam. He definitely wants to live in Vietnam. This is what he mentioned to me, that he wants to live in Vietnam, and we used to speak 2 weeks ago or something like this, and he wants to stay in Vietnam definitely. This is yes.
Okay, the Big Bang Theory. I cannot download your link from your link. I cannot download.
What?
The series Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
I cannot download from your link.
You didn't.
I don't know why.
Okay. I will find a way. I will find a way to download. I will try to send you this video. I think because it's only 22 minutes. I will try to find this movie, this series, and I will give you on our next class because I need now to search, and I will found it, and we can speak on our next class. We can speak about this. Okay, I will send you, for example, tomorrow. I think that I will find tomorrow, and I will send you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. See you tomorrow. See you Saturday.
See you on Thursday. Yes.
Okay. See you on Thursday.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.